Bookstore Island. Chapters from Jeju. Today is the second day of my Jeju bookstore travel. Which bookstores will I encounter? Chapter 5. The bookstore I'm heading to now is 소리소문, meaning small writings in a small village. Wow, it's very roomy, but each section has detailed descriptions of the topics, so you can see what books are in each area. Look, this section is books for men dragged to the bookstore by force. This is a section that can only be created by closely observing the attitudes and facial expressions of the customers. I bought a large print book that reminded me of my grandmother.
That'll be 19,001.
Yes, here you go. There are many things here that I haven't seen in other bookstores, like the entrance ramp, magnifying glasses, braille books, and large print books.
It's a bookstore with a low threshold where anyone, regardless of age, disability, or gender, can use.
Wow, the phrase "a bookstore with a low threshold, accessible to everyone" is really nice.
We used to have many books on disabilities, human rights, and labor. One day, a visually impaired customer visited. As they left, they said, "Even though I can't see, I can feel this is a warm space." It touched me deeply, but at the same time, I felt sorry. We had books talking about disabilities and human rights, but we didn't have practical introductions for them or books they could read. So I pledged to change the bookstore for the disadvantaged. For people with mobility issues, we made an entrance ramp, provided magnifying glasses for those who struggle with small print, and set up a counter for large print books. We also prepared braille books for the visually impaired. It might not be easy for them to come to this rural village, but I hope they feel that I'm doing something for them whenever they do come.
Listening to his story, I'm curious about how he started this bookstore.
It's because of memories from when I was young. When I moved from the city to a rural village as an elementary school student and struggled to adapt, I couldn't make any friends. On the lonely way home, there was a bookstore. At that time, I always liked sitting in a corner and reading books. It was a very precious time. One day, the owner put a chair in the corner where I always sat. Even though I was young, I knew it was a chair meant for me. I received the owner's heart, and from then on, the world seemed a little different. Ah, a bookstore is such a warm place. Someday I want to have a bookstore like this, I thought. That memory became a motivation for me to open this bookstore.
With so many books here and the descriptions of the books, I can feel his passion for books.
To me, books are tools to understand others. In the book To Kill a Mockingbird, it says understanding others sounds easy, but you never really understand a person until you climb into his skin and walk around in it. I think books are the best tools to get into the skin of others. And understanding others can also lead to understanding oneself.
As I entered, I noticed 소리소문 bookstore was the first one in Korea, featured in 150 bookstores you must visit before you die, selected by Belgium's news company Lanu Publisher.
We've had many more foreign visitors. That's why we even set up bookshelves with books that foreigners can browse. Oh, I especially remember an elderly gentleman from Ireland. He He was over 80 years old.
Ah, here it is. I came all the way from Ireland to visit here. I saw 150 bookstores you must visit before you die, and I just had to come to this bookstore.
Really? From Ireland to Jeju Island? You came all the way here just to visit our bookstore? He flew over 11,000 kilometers. Despite his old age, his strength and spirit to go directly to the place he wanted to visit without considering time or cost deeply impressed me. Ah, he's so courageous. He really knows how to love his own life, I thought. Seeing his mindset and life made me emotional.
Rather than feeling proud that our bookstore has become a place sought out by foreigners, I think the owner who first discovered the courage to love his own life is also admirable. The introduction at the entrance was unique. A bookstore that constantly researches readers' tastes rather than reflecting the personal taste of the bookstore owner.
There are various tastes, values and hobbies in the world, you know. I think my personal taste would inevitably be narrow. So rather than showing only my taste, I think about what others' tastes are and provide diversity so they can choose books that suit their tastes.
How do you select various readers' tastes? Are they bestsellers?
No, we continually search in various ways, different ages, genders, and more. For example, the lifestyle of seniors right now. We think about how society is flowing through news and media. So even just glancing at book titles here, people can see how the current world is flowing, where they can stand in that flow, and what they need to prepare for. I believe a bookstore can play that role.
A place where the owner's tastes do not overshadow, allowing customers to find their own taste. The Korean word 취향 means the direction in which the mind desires. Ultimately, the direction of the heart. Which direction is your heart heading? What is your 취향?
세상 위로 세상 사이로 세상 바깥으로 이윽고 무사히 아침으로
Chapter 6. Passing through the rain, I arrived at Varanasi Book Alley, a bookstore and cafe. Wow, there are many books based on Indian philosophy. I ordered an Indian style milk tea called chai and looked around the bookstore. Huh? Interestingly, there are a tier of notepads and pens at each seat. The notepads are filled with people's writings. While waiting for my drink, I read them. Day by day, I walk closer and farther away from myself. My heart is sometimes complicated and sometimes full. The important thing is to fully feel the process of passing through all these moments. With a boiling heart, I send comfort to my noisy voice. While I focused on reading the note, chai arrived.
Enjoy your drink.
Thank you. The atmosphere here is really unique.
그냥 어렸을 때부터 이상하게 인도가 끌리더라고요.
Since I was young, I've always been strangely drawn to India. The longing for India has been in my heart for a long time, so I traveled to India a lot and thought about running a cozy bookstore like this. My thoughts on India, travel, mind healing, and self-exploration seem to naturally unfold in this bookstore.
Among the writings by the customers, there are many that express their own feelings.
비밀 메모장?
It's like a secret doodling book. It's not just a notebook. You can tear it off and hide it so you can write about things you can't talk about, clues about the new me discovered here, and various stories. I think it's part of the healing process. In this cozy bookstore, suddenly my hidden sadness, worries, and pains come up. So without realizing it, I write and let it out. People instinctively know how to heal themselves. Even though no one taught them, they start healing by writing down things they can talk about, expressing them and letting them out. You have to spit them out to let them go with your own strength.
Reading the notepad, I feel like many people experience similar pains in life.
그래요, 맞아.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That's why reading stories from others feels comforting. It applies to books too. Characters in books end up feeling anger and sadness in similar situations. So when we read books that capture various aspects of the mind, we learn how to handle our lives more comfortably.
Oh, there's a meditation poster on the wall. Do you also meditate here?
Yes, it's a bookstore and cafe where we also meditate. During downtime at the bookstore, we hold meditation sessions together.
I've never tried meditation. Can I do it alone? Do I need to learn meditation?
Anyone can do it alone. From what I've studied and contemplated deeply about meditation, you're already meditating.
Was I meditating too? It seems impossible not to have any thoughts.
It's about not having distracting thoughts and staying fully in the moment. I think true rest involves letting go of worries about the past and future and staying in the present. It's about experiencing emotions naturally and fully existing. My recommendation is not to set big goals, just practice resting for 5 minutes. Gradually increase to 10, 15, 30 minutes.
The meditation poster included breathing steps.
First, focus on your breath and stay in the present moment. Second, recognize the memories and emotions flowing within. Third, return to your breath and stay in the present moment again. Fourth, through this, when the waves within settle down, the essence of the mind naturally reveals itself.
Okay, let's focus on my breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. When I get back to Seoul, there will be a lot of things to edit. Inhale. I need to quickly organize my work schedule. No, let's not walk in my mind. Let's relax. It feels awkward to just stay focused on breathing. Today, let's practice for just 5 minutes. Increase it gradually to 10 and 15 minutes in Seoul. I feel like I don't have to live life so difficultly. I want to live appreciating each moment and being thankful. Remember to let go of regrets about the past and worries about the future through breathing. And remember that I can fully stay in this moment. Chapter 7. Just focusing on my breath for a moment made me hungry. I decided to go to lunch. When I entered the cafe, a savory smell greeted me. Wow, all the menu items are vegan. Hello, I'll have the Jeju bacon pasta, please. What's this? MARC fin book?
This is a catalog of Indo-Pacific bottlenose dolphins fin made by the Marine Animal Research and Conservation. About 170 Indo-Pacific bottlenose dolphins live in the waters around Jeju. They may look similar from afar, but if you look closely, each fin and the scars on them are different. With the increase in tourists on Jeju Island, Indo-Pacific bottlenose dolphin have had a harder time. It's because of whale-watching tourism products. Approaching whales closely to get a better view can harm them. This catalog was made to raise awareness about that.
After placing my order and sitting down, I noticed there are so many books in this cafe.
It's a cafe and a bookstore. Feel free to browse even if you don't buy anything. Rather than making profit from selling books, it's more important to us that guests become interested in environmental topics through the books here.
Green Bliss operates as an eco-friendly brand shop, serving as a showroom, bookstore, and cafe. In line with the goal of discussing and acting on the importance of nature and animals, most of the books are on themes on the environment, vegetarianism, and animals. It's amazing that what started with environmental considerations led to running a bookstore. While eating pasta, there were lots of white stickers on the glass. What's this? Oh, they were bird collision prevention stickers. About 8 million birds in Korea die annually from colliding with windows they can't recognize. I'm impressed by the owner's belief in paying attention to birds while actually practicing. Cherishing and protecting nature is something everyone knows, but putting it into practice is never easy. What do you want to protect and what efforts you are making for it? Chapter 8. Finally, I decided to visit 소심한 책방, 소심 bookstore at the edge of 종달리, a village in the eastern part of Jeju. I've even reserved an attic where I can read or write alone. Wow, this place is spacious too. As I entered the bookstore, the step pick section caught my eye first. Cute and neat handwritten notes were attached to each book with recommendations.
I have long been curious about the mind. Whether it's during a shower or after experiencing an injustice, there are growing voices in my mind. Are they really mine? After reading A New Earth, I immediately recognized happiness. It's the only book I reread right away.
After reading 조금 긴 추신을 써야겠습니다, a little longer postscript, I realized that it's okay to be a bit more honest with myself. Even if life is a mess, the fact that I'm living with my feet firmly on the ground makes me feel proud.
There were many books with such notes. Writing a recommendation note means fully understanding the book and thinking about the people who might need it. So it's not easy. It felt like the bookstore owner was personally recommending the books to me. As I browsed the staff pick shelf, the bookstore owner approached it and started a conversation.
These books are recommended by our masters and fairies.
Masters? Fairies?
Our bookstore is run by two masters. I am Master H and my friend is Master J. We call our staff fairies. They're wonderful people who help run the bookstore like fairies, especially on busy weekends.
That's so cute.
Right, we're used to it, but the fairies often feel embarrassed. Now that many customers know the nickname, they call out fairy, and it can be quite amusing.
How do you select the staff picks?
These staff picks are recommended by both masters and the staff, each choosing their favorites. Everyone's tastes are slightly different, but we know them well. The staff picks change regularly.
How do the tastes differ? Is one emotional and the other rational?
Well, Master J prefers deep inner stories and well-described everyday tales. And I, Master H, enjoy stories about women and historical themes. But our preferences can change from time to time.
Is there no hidden book number 1?
Oh no, it's sold out over the weekend.
Oh, I came to buy hidden book number 1. Too bad.
Hidden books? What's that? Oh, found it. They are wrapped so you can't tell what they are, but the genre, the ideal recipient for this book as a gift, price, and a brief introduction are written on them.
Hidden books are the most loved corner of 소심한 책밭. Unlike staff picks, hidden books are those both masters agree on. Well, it is challenging to find a book that both Jay and I love, since what resonates with one might not with the other. In fact, it takes a long time to select these books, but the satisfaction is high because we put so much effort into it. New customers buy them as gifts or souvenirs, and our regulars who love our taste also enjoy them. It's interesting because you buy the book based on just a summary of what we felt without knowing the title.
I'm reading through the clues, and hidden book number 15 catches my eye. The poetry, pure lyrical language, for times when you need recovery and senses. A companion poetry book for comfort. I'll buy this one. I want to give it to a friend who's been feeling tired from work lately. Oh, I saw the sign at the entrance saying it's your 10th anniversary.
Yes, time flies, isn't it? We opened in 2014, but we didn't originally plan to run a bookstore. When I came to Jeju in 2012, there were no cafes, convenience stores, or any facilities, and naturally no bookstores. So we wanted to create our own cozy space, and since both my friend and I love books, it naturally became a bookstore. During that time, I would run the bookstore alone in the evenings after putting my baby to bed. We even had a bed in the bookstore where my child could nap. Our little haven became a comforting space for others too. It's already been 10 years, and I hope it continues to be such a place.
That's so romantic. Your personal haven is providing comfort to others.
So in the future, I want to create a more friendly bookstore. For instance, I might open at 2 a.m. for those with insomnia, or early in the morning for early risers. Well, of course, this would require time and financial resources, but I dream of running a bookstore for a small group of people.
It's wonderful to have things you love and want to do. Oh, I reserved the attic space.
Ah, you must be Chaeyoon. Please just head up these stairs.
Wow, it's so cozy. I can spend 2 hours here reading and writing in my journal. From now on, I don't think I'll bring books from home when I travel. Visiting bookstores at my destination and buying a book there becomes a journey within a journey. When I return to my routine and read that book again, it will bring back memories of the trip. Visiting bookstores as a traveler was a time to rediscover myself. It's truly inspiring that what comforts the Pushing bookstore owner also brings comfort to others. I really love my job of a producer and director who plans stories and turns them into works. Through my works, I hope to warm and enrich others' hearts. That's why I wanted to share this 2-day bookstore trip with you. I want to pass on the joy and energy of this journey to you. The 8 local bookstores I visited in Jeju seem like living, breathing entities filled with the thoughts and care of their owners. They each had their own unique stories and charm. But they aren't just magical and romantic places. Listening to the owner's struggles, beliefs, and goals made me reflect and ask myself many questions. Filling life with things you love. Remembering this lesson from the Jeju bookstore trip, I'm ready to return to Seoul. I'll work hard, live my everyday life, and then, when I need a break, I'll go on another bookstore adventure with a better version of myself. According to last year's survey by the Publication Industry Promotion Agency of Korea, Jeju has the highest number of bookstores per population in the country. Why not embark on a bookstore journey yourself? Whether in Jeju or your own neighborhood, anywhere is fine. At Sosin Bookstore, they called people who help with the bookstore's work fairies. Let me introduce the fairies who help bring this Bookstore Island chapters from Jeju to you. Writers 최예지, 배수경, Translator 김지은, Recording Engineer 전용복. Special thanks to Arirang Fairies. 배민주, 송유진, 이시후, 김보경, 변영균, 진아. And I'm Chaeyoon, the producer and director of this radio. Thank you for listening. Bye!